Today we're here talking about popular skincare products. These are products that you can get at the drugstore or at shops like Sephora.
These are some of the most popular that people are buying, and they have been buying for a while. Let's start with La Mer. Creme De La Mer has been around for a long time. Your mother uses this, your grandmother uses this, your grandmother's mother uses this, and why? It stands the test of time. It gets a lot of, dupe type Nivea contrasted testing on the internet. But why is that? It is a little thick, it's a little pasty. It is meant for dry skin, extremely dry skin, quite possibly post-menopausal and menopausal skin. There is a fine list of ingredients. Of note, it's proprietary, the first ingredient, which is the algae extract. So there is a secret to the kelp that is growing at, say, 3 feet per day, and there's a mystery to why that happens. They think that they've unlocked the secret and they've added this to this cream.
So let me just clarify on that. So you're saying that they think they've unlocked the secret to why kelp grows so quickly, and they've added in that proprietary ingredient into the skincare.
Yes, it is a miracle bomb, the miracle broth they call it. And it's got a nice French name, and like the French do look very, very, very lovely, and their skin is kept very well. Let's try it. It's described as pasty and thick, so highly moisturizing.
It's a pretty small bottle there. How many grams is that?
I think that's the 2 ounce, and the 2 ounce is around 160.
Ooh, for 2 ounce.
Okay.
So let's say
it is pasty. It's white, pasty.
Let's give it a go. So let's say a 2 ounce jar like this. I wonder how long that would last, maybe about a month?
So the instructions are to warm it up and then pat it on. So it's not like a normal cream that you would just rub in. So you warm it up and then the white goes to clear, and then you pat it on the face very gently.
Okay. So you're warming it up. Well, I guess it's a lot of rubbing to really get that cream in.
So the main ingredient is the algae extract. It's got a lot of heavy hydrating elements in it as well. And so that's not probably going to match every skin type. The exceptionally dry, the non-acne prone, and if you think about a population that is dry and doesn't suffer from acne prone skin, what would you say?
I would say, well, I actually first think of people, for example, with medical conditions like atopic dermatitis. Although I would say in that particular group, I would be a little bit cautious of using products that are fragrance.
There's a little bit of fragrance in this one.
Yep. It is definitely fragrance. So then the other population with dry skin are really, we're thinking about postmenopausal women.
The older set.
Yeah, the older set. So as we go through menopause and those hormone levels drop, we have less androgens, and that's really what stimulates oil production. So oil production drops, and usually we do need something a little bit heavier. So yeah, this is definitely heavy. I mean, I can definitely feel it on my hands. It's still a little sticky. It's really heavily fragranced. So I think you've got to be, so you got to really double down and love that fragrance, I would say, if you're going to put that on.
And it does smell and look and feel like the Nivea Creme brand, hence all of the side-by-side testing.
The Nivea of our grandmothers.
Yeah, but I mean, but there are thousands of moisturizers on the market. So would you pick this one over any other?
Okay, so here's my question. So let's talk about the active ingredients, because to me, if I'm going to invest and I'm going to use this and take my time and put it on twice a day, I want to make sure that long-term this is making a difference. So I would say this checks the box of adding moisture into your skin, because it is really quite heavy. So it does the moisture check. Let's say it satisfies the moisture, right? So we're getting nice water and oil in here. Skin definitely, I can feel, it feels a little bit more hydrated. But let's talk about actives, because to me, if I'm going to invest in the product, right, and purchasing something like this every 1 to 2 months, and my time and effort and energy putting it on twice a day, every day, I want to make sure that there's active ingredients in there, so that as I get older, not just today, but a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'm going to see long-term benefits. So what about the actives in there?
Not a lot of clinically proven, evidence-backed actives in here. A lot of seed oil extracts, plant oil extracts, hydrating elements and loaded with a lot of then the typical binding elements and preservative elements that you would find in a typical cream, but none of the today proven, clinically proven, research-backed actives. So as a hydrator, yes, but probably people do need an extra step with some proven actives.
Right. To me, when I'm evaluating it, I really want to look for those active ingredients that have been scientifically proven. So we're looking at our antioxidants. So those are things like vitamin C, but there are other ingredients that have been clinically proven. The antioxidant is what will prevent damage that happens from UV exposure, exposure to pollutants and other chemicals and toxins. What helps to prevent damage from happening in our skin. So antioxidants, number one. Number two, we know retinol is really the one ingredient that's got the longest standing evidence of helping with fine lines, with texture, with tone of the skin over time.
Yeah, we want ingredients that are going to provide cell turnover and support that cell turnover so that our new cells are robust, they're radiant, they're glowing, they're healthy, and they're hydrated.
And of course, it's not just about the products. Of course, it's about everything else that you incorporate into your routine.
First and foremost, it's always sun protection, UV protection, hats, upping that UV protection, making sure I have a lotion, a gel, a lip balm, something to go on the back of my hands on the fly. I carry a scarf with me in my purse, in my car, my towel. The sun is hanging in there on that left-hand side all the time and frying me. That's where I lose it. If I'm stuck in the sun and I can't escape, I need that extra layer of protection.
Yes, and then the hats, right? The hats, especially when you're away on vacation, right? There's the fashion hat that you wear when you don't need to move. Then you've got the sporty hat that you can do if you're exercising outdoor. And then there's the hat that you wear that you don't mind if it gets wrecked when you're swimming in the ocean, because yes, you still need to wear your hat when you're swimming in the ocean. And then all the other things that we combine, of course, right?
Yeah.
It's like doing your neuromodulators, like Botox, right? 3 to 4 times a year. Make sure like those dynamic lines kind of stay put. It's providing structure to the underlying tissues, things like fillers or collagen generating products that we use to prevent our faces from sagging.
All about the structure, elasticity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lasers, right, to help damage that's already been done, right? Help reverse pigmentation, help shut down broken blood vessels. Now we have all sorts of amazing tightening devices on the market, right? So as an alternative to surgery.
So La Mer is a great company. Estee Lauder is a great company. They're worldwide. It's a great product. It's a great hydrator. So if you love it, use it and keep it, and make sure that you reach for extra steps with serums with actives in your routine for sure.
Exactly. Just don't keep in mind that it's probably not the one and only, right? So if you love it, great, keep it, but just make sure that you're adding in, right? So your antioxidants, your retinol, and of course on your sunscreen should all be part of your comprehensive program.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Dr. Marnie Fisher.
And I'm Dr. Elena Poulos. Let us know your thoughts. Do you love La Mer? Do you hate it? Put your comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks, everyone.